What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Burrow77 here to talk to you about some UEFA Champions League. Starting off, we have a couple of disappointing first games. Arsenal went to Spain and tried to out-Spanish football Bilbao at the San Mames. That was fucking stupid. This Bilbao team isn't super good. They've had one shot on target from Inaki Williams in the 55th minute. You should be using your pace to run the ball down the field, try and rack up set pieces, and do fucking something. You just look embarrassing right now. PSV, Ricardo Pepe, gave up a penalty kick and then slipped on offense and started the second counter for USG. It's not super great. He does have two shots on target, though. Hopefully, PSV can find a goal here to make it 1-2 and then maybe level the game to finish. We will see. But coming up, we got three really good games and then one game that I'll talk about if people want to talk about it. So throw shit in the comment section if you really want to talk the Benfica match. Otherwise, I'm probably going to keep it moving. First off, we have Real Madrid, the best team in all the land, facing off against Marseille. I do have some questions with this lineup. You guys probably should have seen a bunch of this big board already from my earlier videos. So let's get right into these starting 11, starting with Madrid. Rodrigo on the left, little bit of a strange pick for me. Vinny Jr. is Mr. UCL. All he does is score under the bright lights. So seeing Rodrigo tripped me up a little bit. I'm going to turn these lights on real quick. No, great, they're already on. But, you know, Vinny coming off the bench is definitely something I would be looking to live bet. I do like Rodrigo. He also really tends to show up in the UCL. Mbappe is probably going to be the focal point, in my opinion, though. Looks like Arsenal just got a goal. Not sure who scored it. So I'll keep an eye on that. But Mbappe, anytime goal is pretty chalk. I think I saw it's down to like minus 160 after being like minus 135 yesterday. So you got hammered if you waited on that. Yeah, minus 155 is the best price I'm seeing on the board now. Doesn't mean I don't like it. An Mbappe win cast probably gets you around like minus 120, minus 115. So I definitely don't hate that. I mentioned I really like Tchouaméni shots on the show yesterday. I still really like Tchouaméni shots. Let me see. I did a spreadsheet for the guys on Discord. Tchouaméni shots plus 145 on DK, plus 115 on FanDuel, minus 300 on BetRivers. I would check Caesars and Fanatics as well. Fanatics has been pretty far off market on some really advantageous lines. Looks like it was Martinelli who scored off the bench here for Arsenal. So good for him. But I really do still like Tchouaméni over 1.5 shots. Go find your best number. Plus 145 is definitely playable on DraftKings. See if there's a better number out there. Again, he is going to be our main target on set pieces, especially with no Rudiger in this starting 11. So I like Tchouaméni for 2 shots. I also really like our back line guys for shots. Militao for a single shot is minus 110 on Caesars, minus 104 over on BetRivers. If you're not limited like I am, I am going to take a Militao shot right now on Caesars. And I have 9,000 fucking messages here. The other one I like is Huijsen, just to take a single shot, minus 125 on DK. I like both of our center backs to take shots in this one. Depends on how Marseille plays. If Marseille comes out with guts and tries to attack us, I think you're going to see a lot more shots out of Mbappe, Rodrigo, Guler, in like the front of the lineup. If Marseille sits back and tries to just play defense and let us have possession and be in the final third, then I think our center backs are definitely going to be jacking for chicks here. So I am going on Caesars right now to take a Militao shot at minus 110. And I will also take Huijsen for a shot over on DK at minus 125. I also really like Fede Valverde for a shot on target. It's kind of juicy. Minus 120 over on FanDuel. Minus 112 Bet Rivers. Minus 135 Caesars. Minus 160 on DraftKings. I also like Fede. Minus 106 on Bet Rivers. Minus 135 Caesars. Minus 145 FanDuel. Minus 245 on DK. I think those are all really nice numbers there. Except for the DraftKings number. That one's fucking trash. I like Fede shot on target. I like Fede 2 shots. No Carvajal here is a little bit of a question for me. Whatever, you're going with Trent, I guess. See what he's got here. That's an interesting play, in my opinion. I just would go with Dani Carvajal. He's the far more proven asset. So I would have played Carvajal at right back. But the rest of the lineup looks fairly decent. As far as Marseille stuff goes, I definitely don't hate O'Reilly in the midfield. I think his shot on target definitely has some value. You can go with Greenwood. I'm not going to try and talk you out of Aubameyang either. Somebody's got to shoot here for Marseille. Timmy Way is also not a bad look. I'm not sure I love him on target, but I don't know if I like Marseille for a goal here. I really like Madrid to score in both halves, which is Madrid to score in both halves. Minus 112 on FanDuel. Probably a little bit better on Caesars. Going to have to go take a look there. Trying to get this Huijsen bet in quickly before I move on. But I'm not personally going to get involved in any Marseille props. Pavard to take a shot actually isn't a bad call. Let's see what the price on that is. I definitely could see Pavard jacking one, especially when they get behind. Pavard. Why is he so far up the list? Alaba. There we go. Pavard to take a single shot. Plus 165 DraftKings. Plus 140 FanDuel. I like Pavard to take a single shot. I'm actually putting that in right now as well. These are all shots on target. Give me shots. Oh my God, no, I don't want to fucking play the casino or share the bet. Just give me the fucking shots, bro. You a dick, DraftKings. There we go. All right. Pavard to take a shot. Both of our center backs to take a shot. Tchouaméni, 2 shots. Fede shot on target or 2 shots. So that's the player props I really like there. Like I said, I do really like Madrid to score in both halves, sitting at minus 122 on FanDuel. Shop around, find your best number there. I'm not super confident in Marseille scoring. So yeah, we'll keep it moving into Juve versus Dortmund. Definitely some stuff I like here. Let's take a look at this starting 11 for Juventus. We got Openda, Jonathan David, Yildiz in the middle. You got Cambiasso out on the left-hand side, which I think is a nice piece. McKinney in the lineup. Coop Meaners will jack for chicks from this midfield here. Kalulu playing your right back. Bremer in the middle. I really like a halftime draw out of this game. I said it on the show yesterday. That's up to plus 128 over on BetRivers. Plus 120 Caesars, plus 120 FanDuel, plus 115 DK. I do like the halftime bet there. I focused on Dortmund player props more than Juventus player props, just because I think the value is on Dortmund away here. You got Girassi, who I like for a goal. If you think Dortmund scores, I think this game probably ends 1-1. So I do like the both teams to score, which is sitting at minus 125 over on Caesars. Let's see. What did that do from yesterday? It's definitely gotten a lot more playable from yesterday. Minus 150 was a terrible number. Minus 125 for both teams to score. Much more playable over on Caesars. Minus 139 BetRivers. Minus 136 FanDuel. And minus 140 on DK. So I do like the both teams to score number. I really like Adeyemi's stuff. Adeyemi for a shot on target is minus 115 on DK, minus 115 on FanDuel, and plus 100 over on BetRivers. Sabitzer for over 1.5 shots. I think that's a really good number, especially on FanDuel at plus 200. I like Sabitzer to jack for chicks here from the midfield. He also should be on majority of the free kicks here. I'm not sure who is going to be taking corners for Dortmund with no Jonathan Brandt. So that'll be an interesting watch for me. See if we can find something live there. And no Joe Bellingham in this one. So I do think that Dortmund can score here. I like both teams to score at minus 125. I like a halftime draw at plus 120-ish. And that's what I'm thinking here for the Juventus game. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, players you want me to talk about, feel free to throw them in the chat. But I am going to keep it moving into Tottenham versus Villarreal. Let's take a look at these starting 11s here for Tottenham. You got Xavi Simons starting, who I definitely do like. Mohamed Kudus, Bentancur in the middle. Sarr is a sneaky guy for some shots here. Romero, Porro, Van der Veen, all good looks on the back line here for a single shot. If you're Tottenham, some things I have written down here is going back to the big board. I like the both teams to score number. It's kind of stayed the same at minus 150 over on Caesars, minus 162 BetRivers, minus 152 FanDuel, minus 165 on DraftKings. I don't have confidence in either of these teams' defenses, so I like the over as well. Over 2.5 is sitting at minus 135 on DraftKings, minus 134 on FanDuel, minus 143 BetRivers, and minus 140 Caesars. So definitely getting a little bit more steam on goals. I like Kudus for a shot on target. It is pretty heavily juiced. Minus 137 on BetRivers if you have access there. Minus 150 on FanDuel. I'm not going to play it as a standalone, but it's a nice little parlay piece there. So that's what I like. I also like Xavi Simons for a shot on target. Again, pretty juicy, but not bad parlay piece. Minus 150 over on DraftKings. Minus 143 BetRivers. A little bit long for a standalone, but don't hate it. But again, makes a nice little parlay piece. Getting into some Villarreal stuff. Mika Dutse is getting his first start, the Georgian international who came over from Lyon. He is going to be backed up by Pepe and Tejan Buchanan in the midfield, both of whom I really like. Pepe has been on fire, scoring goals for Villarreal. I like his anytime goal is a long shot at plus 350 over on DK. You're getting a really good value for him just to put a single shot on target at minus 115. Former Arsenal guy as well. So there's no love loss here playing Spurs for Pepe. So definitely like his shot on target minus 115 over on FanDuel. Tajon Buchanan, I've been a big fan of the Canadian internationals. In fact, USG's Canadian international is who's giving me fits in the PSV match. So Tajon Buchanan for a single shot on target, plus 170 over on BetRivers, plus 135 on FanDuel, and plus 110 on DK. I think all of those are perfectly playable numbers. Meta Duque for an anytime goal. Let's see what he looks like, and let's see what his shots on target look like. I wasn't fully expecting to see him in the lineup, but you go out and get a guy and pay him money, you want him to play. I just have been a little bit concerned since I haven't seen him play in Spain at all. Sorry, I forgot about this comment section. What's going on, Myron? Good to see you. Appreciate you too. Tuning in as always. Lopez, good to see you, brother. Definitely like the Meta Duque anytime goal angle. We're getting to that really quick. Both teams to score, no draw is plus 145. I definitely can dig that. I also like the both teams to score over 2.5 here. Let's see what Meta Duque is for a goal and a shot on target. Meta Duque is plus 285 on DraftKings, plus 230 on FanDuel, plus 235 BetRivers, plus 200 Caesars. For an anytime goal, your best number there is going to be DraftKings. Plus 285, definitely worth it for me, in my opinion. Again, it is his first appearance for the club, so just keep that in mind. Him to put out a shot on target, if you're not super limited on BetRivers, minus 136 is a significantly off-market price. Next best price is minus 165 on FanDuel, which I definitely don't hate in like a parlay, but it's a little too juicy for me as a standalone. If you like him for 2 shots on target over the goal, I think if you put 2 shots on frame, you should be in the back of the net. But this is always a nice little hedge. I do think that Villarreal is going to have some offense here. Meta Duque for 2 shots on target, plus 330 BetRivers, plus 260 on Caesars, plus 320 on FanDuel, and plus 260 over on DraftKings. So I can get behind all that. Arsenal with a second goal, fucking finally. Might actually cash another bet here. We got, Trossard for the goal. I don't know if there's any assist there. Let's see if there was, I don't know if there was any assist on the first goal, to be honest with you. Martinelli and Trossard, they both, I think, assisted each other in a goal assist situation. So that really fucking sucks for everybody who bet SA. Calafiori did take a shot though, so that's dope. Let's see. Okay, I don't think Zubamendi took a shot, but I will cash the Calafiori shot and the team total. So yeah, we'll keep it moving. Do you guys have any questions, comments, concerns? Do you want to talk about the Benfica match? I guess I made slides, so I'll just pull it up. I didn't put up a big board for this, and I'm certainly not really sure about anybody here from Qarabag. So for me, it's mostly about Benfica stuff. Pavlidis for an anytime goal is probably good. It's like minus 130 though. It's a little too chalky for me to take. You guys know I'm a huge Otamendi guy. I like Otamendi to take a single shot. Normally, that is sort of playable, but because of who they're playing, Otamendi to take a single shot's like minus 165, minus 170, minus 180. So not even a ton of value there in Otamendi shot. So I don't love that. Benfica over 1.5 first half goals. I don't hate that at home, especially. Yeah, I don't see why they don't come out and try and step on the gas here. Again, this isn't my primary focus for the slate. I think we have 3 other really, really good games. And I just figured I'd mention some player props while I have it up. So, yeah, I know going live, I have to repeat myself on a lot of these games. I'm going to open it up for questions, comments, or concerns. I'll start back with the Real Madrid game in a couple of minutes here. If you guys don't have anything specifically you want me to talk about, and I'm just going to go finish shopping a couple of numbers and put in a couple more bets here for the afternoon. Of course, my session has timed out. I am looking at I'm looking for a goal in both halves on Caesars. To score. I'm looking for a goal in both halves by Madrid. Is that maybe a team prop? Teams to score. Here we go. Madrid to score in both halves. -115. Better on Caesars than it is on FanDuel. So I'm going to take it there. -115 to score in both halves. Bergvall to score assist. Plus 360 on DK. Bergvall is what? Is he Tottenham? Yes, he is Tottenham to score assist. Definitely don't hate that, Myron. Getting your midfield involved here with some through balls. I like the assist a little bit more than I like the anytime goal. But I'm with it. I think it's a really good price for a nice long shot parlay in a game where I think both defenses are fucking trash. So good shout there. I like a little dart on Bergvall for sure. Myron the kid. So good looking there. All right, I got Madrid to score in both halves. Let me put Real Madrid versus Marseille. Madrid, goal in both halves. -115, Caesars. Real Madrid, v Marseille. Militao shot -110 Caesars to win a unit. Real Madrid versus Marseille. Huijsen. Let me see how to spell his name again. Huijsen shot. -125 DK to win a unit. And then Pavard. Pavard shot. What did I say that was? I think it was like plus 140. Oh, plus 135. DK. All right. So that's what I have in so far. Just put it up in Discord, obviously. What else are we thinking here? One more for Pavard, shot on target, plus 600 Marseille. That boy likes to pull that thing at times. Pause. Shout out Myron. Yeah, and I would also make a big argument for the weakest part of Real Madrid's game being defending set pieces. Plus 165. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's what I like. Plus 165. Pavard is big as fuck, boy. And he can go up in the air and get shit. The weakest part of Madrid's game is defending corners and set pieces in general. So I love a tall guy like Pavard to get his head on one. Again, I'm not sure how often and what I don't think Marseille is going to score. If they do, it probably will come from a set piece. So yeah, I definitely don't hate the Pavard shot on target as a long shot. I anticipate him either jacking for chicks from way outside the box or to be involved in a corner or a set piece situation. So yeah, I can definitely dig that, Myron, if you like the shot on target over the single shot. I do like the single shot though there, especially at plus 165. Again, I just forgot what I bet on. I just forgot what the line it was off the top of my head. Where's player shots? There it is. Pavard. Oh, I'm on the wrong game. That's why. Hey. Anyway, yeah. So I took that over on DK. And that's just where I'm at with the Madrid game. I like Madrid. It's Madrid all day. I'm wearing a Madrid hat. You see the Madrid flag in the background. Again, I do like both teams to score here. I think the number's gotten a lot better. I think halftime draw is super live here as well for Juve versus Dortmund. Both teams to score sitting at minus 125 over on Caesars. Definitely something I am probably going to play here. I don't necessarily love the over. I could easily see a way into this being a 1-1 draw. I still don't know who Dortmund is. I know that they're very good in Champions League and super lackluster when it comes to Bundesliga sometimes. New manager, I'm not in love with their lineup here. I'm not super sure how they're going to rotate. Karim Adeyemi's been getting short shifted in Bundesliga, which I think fucking sucks. I do like Adeyemi a lot for a shot on target here. And I really like Sabitzer to take 2 shots along with both teams to score. So that's where I'm at there. Villarreal, like I said, I like Xavi Simons. I like Kudos to take shots and put them on target. Not sure. Not good enough value for me to play is standalones right around minus 150, but good parlay pieces there. I think Pedro Porro, Romero, and Van der Veen are all good looks from the back line for shots here. I do really like both teams to score and the over 2.5 here in Tottenham versus Villarreal. And as far as Villarreal stuff goes, I really like Pepe, who is a former Arsenal player, getting some fuck yous in here for the Spurs. I like Metzaduke, who was a nice piece that Villarreal went and got from Lyon, who was in a budget crisis and had to sell a bunch of players. I like the Canadian international Tejan Buchanan to put a shot on target at plus money. So that is where I'm at with this. And that's going to probably wrap it up for me. It's 2:45. I want to get a couple more additional bets in before the markets close. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Please be sure to like and subscribe right here at youtube.com/@BurOak772. give me a follow on Twitter, Instagram, at Burrow77. Check out the Discord. It's $15 a month. My boy Lopez just joined. Really appreciate that. Chicago homie. Got a bunch of good guys in there who've been talking Champions League pretty much since football, like NFL, ended Sunday. I didn't have a chance to watch too much of the NFL games last night. I was getting preview videos up. I have a preview video for Wednesday and Thursday, plus the 1 hour long segment of me, Nick Dianni, and Young Leg all together covering 12 matches for Champions League. So we have 3 to cover for tomorrow afternoon. I'll be posting that to Twitter and Instagram shortly after these matches end. So please run it up and watch that. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube as well. And if you need a place to bet, check out BetUS. I am partnered with them. You can get a 125% deposit match by using my promo code. All of those links are down below. You can find leg stuff, Nick's stuff, TwoFootTalk stuff, everything like that. So looking forward to it. Happy to be back for Champions League. Hala Madrid. Really appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will see you all tomorrow right around 2:15 again for another live show, and check out the previews that I'll be posting as well. Until next time, I look forward to seeing you at the window. Oaks out. Deuces. We outside.